All right, everyone. This is kind of a breaking news story here. I think to me is very, very important. It's an old story, but it's a new finding from Harvard, no less. Why they let this out, I have no clue. Maybe they're just going to start letting truth out now, and because no matter what they're doing, we can expose this and we can expose that, and we can say they're doing this and they're doing that, and this one's doing this. But unless we go higher up the ladder to who's controlling this, we're just chasing rats. We're just chasing our tails. But it's still good to put out there and to know, for people who are just uh, starting to open their eyes and wake up, and it gives them more. It gives you give. It's more evidence for them to see, to get up that ladder, to finally realizing, hey, we got to go further up this ladder and go find the people on the hill. Um, Politicians are pretty high up there on the hill, but there's people up there higher on the hill, the bankers, royalty, families that only intermarry with other families and that have been controlling things through oppression and war for years. And it's the same old song. But anyway, it's a major study out of Harvard which confirms that fluoride indeed lowers IQ. And that's just one thing it does. This is just confirming this, and it's also confirming tumors. I'll read it here. It says Harvard, excuse me, major Harvard study published in Federal Government Journal confirms fluoride lowers IQ. Okay. This was on July 27th. Today's August 1st. Uh, if the scientific link between fluoride exposure and a noted decrease in IQ is a conspiracy theory, then perhaps the Harvard researchers who just confirmed such a link should be tarred and feathered by the evidence based medical media. I am telling. I. Oh, wait a minute. In a telling review of a variety of studies that have demonstrated just how significantly fluoride can damage the brain and subsequently your IQ, Harvard University scientists stated our results support the possibility of adverse effects of fluoride exposure on children's neurodevelopment. The most outstanding component to the study is where it was published. Authors published their conclusion online in the July 20th edition of the prominent journal Environmental Health Perspectives, and there's a link here you can go to. There's a lot of links in this article. I'll leave, and there's plenty of other articles, and I'll leave them all in the description area. Then when you read these articles, you can further confirm this by going to other articles. Okay. It goes on to say in the past, the U.S. government has actually been forced to call for lower fluoridation levels, as previous research has also drawn a link between fluoride exposure and a host of neurotoxic effects. In the latest research by Harvard, it has made even more explicitly clear just how toxic fluoride can be to the body. In a written statement, researchers state that children in high fluoride areas have significantly lower IQ than those who lived in low fluoride areas. Fluoride lowers IQ and sparks tumor growth. And then it goes on to tell you about the studies as far back as 1977. Okay? This is back when they were pushing it under the rug and suppressing the information and so on and so forth. Uh, because the fact of the matter is that this is no new thing. The scariest part about this isn't that it's true, it's that people knew this when they put fluoride in the water. The people who made the decision to put fluoride in the water knew this and knew these studies were out, and also they knew of the experiments conducted at the concentration camps in Germany under Hitler. They fluoridated the water and found that it made the prisoners more sedate and less likely to try and escape. It turns your brain to mush, and it's also connected with bone cancer and everything else. You could study this for days. in days on end. Just do a search on Google and see how many search results you get back. Um, that's an InfoWars article here, but the thing about it is they knew this. They knew from experiments, and they smuggled scientists over here through something called Operation Paperclip, and these families own your pharmaceutical companies, but they knew about this fluoride thing um, from experiments done in concentration camps. They knew this, and they put it in our water. Now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? What is the solution? Who's doing this? Who's directing this? Who's the director of this orchestra? It's the bankers, it's the royalty, and it goes on down the line through to the politicians who get their orders from above. You know, then you have other factions and breakoffs and arms of this. The Council on Foreign Relations, which might not deal with this in particular matter, but I'm just telling you about organizations you may not know about, and they don't let you know about them. You know, the Council of Rome. Council of Rome. Why Rome? Why the council? Why haven't But they're making these decisions, and they know sodium fluoride is rat poison. They knew this. That's the scary thing about this. I'm also going to put a link to an article from Natural Society in here, which has plenty of links in it as well. There's an article here from Environment Health Perspectives. There's also a PDF. So there you go. I mean, this is very, very disturbing. And if you think, well, that's just something that slipped through the cracks, it's just something that some people had no control over. No, it's not just that. We got to wake up from this hypnosis that we're under. I mean, really, you got to turn off the TV. I know it's something that you can't even imagine doing, but and that just goes to show you how powerful that thing is. And here's another study. Harvard study finds fluoride lowers IQ, published in Federal Government Journal. Okay, and this isn't anything new. Studies go back to 1977 and before, and their experiments in Germany. So pass this along if you would. I also ask you if you could please go to my blog, and I have other news articles there that you can comment on. Please leave a comment if anything. And if you can help out in any way, then that's great too. But this is what I do. This is what I do all day and night. I work, I research, I try to find things to alert people to what's going on. So just by simply visiting my blog, you'll be helping me out. Visit my blog, leave a comment on a few things. Um, I've published this article on my blog as well. We can take the discussion over there if you want. So this is something that needs to be passed along one way or another. Share the links. On Facebook and Twitter. If not my blog, just share the links. We got to get this out. This is the time to start bombarding people with information and facts, because we have them. And we need to look at the bigger picture and what the solutions are and who the real culprits are. We're not there yet. The politicians are merely just puppets taking orders. Okay? So there you go. Take care.